Wallawani Ninjawan, welcome and safe journey. I would like to pay my respects to our elders, past, present, and emerging. I would also especially like to thank Shaquila Williams for allowing us to sing her welcome song on Yuin country. Thank you.
Wallawan Indiwan Mujbariga Garinja Wariga Wallawan Indiwan Mujbariga Garinja Wariga Wallawan Indiwan Mujbariga Garin Jawariga Nyamaga Wallawani Bugia Nawe Puri.
I can remember when I was a child, we used to go down to the lake at Wallaga Lake and go swimming for bimblers. We'd go out onto the sand spit in the sand and dig up the bimblers, bring them back to the shore in a bucket and make a fire and cook the bimblers in the coals on the fire.
My name's Patricia Ellis. I'm a local Brinja Yuin woman. My family, my community, my people have been here for thousands and thousands of years. Very proud of our culture, very proud of our connection to country. I'm very passionate about Aboriginal culture, bush food and medicine, anything that goes along with culture. Always have been, always will be. I believe that the 2019 bushfires had a devastating effect on the local environment, and very little concern has been given towards the loss of the traditional foods and the natural vegetation in the bush. Some plants came back really strong, like the tree ferns, and they came back like within days, within weeks. But other species like the she oak and the ground covers didn't come back. A lot of the plants appear to be thriving, but they're not really, and we won't see properly the extent of what those fires did to the bush for maybe 2 or 3 more years, because that's how long it takes for trees to actually show that they're dead. Being able to get out and harvest the different kinds of bush foods, in particular, shellfish and things along the beach, and do what we were doing before the fires and actually spend time together and practice the old ways. It's a healing on so many different levels. When the mob all get together and they tell yarns and there's a few giggles here and there's a few giggles there, and then they'll break out into really full belly laughs, and sometimes they'll laugh so much that they cry. And all of that is healing. It's healing for the person, it's healing for anybody who's listening, and it's healing for the land where it happens. Whatever we put out is what we're putting into the land, and if it's positive, it will come back positive. We weren't silly. Our mob weren't silly. They didn't hunt snakes. They sat down on a rock and they used the leaf from the Dianella, which is a plant that belongs to the flax lily family. Dianella was used as a snake whistle. They made the sound of the birds that lived around, and in this particular case it's fairy wrens, and then snakes would pick up on the vibration and they'd come looking for what they thought would be their lunch. Then they'd get hit over the head by the person who was blowing the whistle. So snake was on the menu for lunch that day.
Bimblers are underutilised but are very popular with Aboriginal families.
Samphire is a kind of a seaweed that grows. It's actually got a high content of salt. You can pick them and eat them raw, and you can taste that they're very, very, very salty. Even when it's cooked up and you put fish on top of it, as the Aboriginal people used to do in the olden days, the fish actually absorbs the salt out of the samphire, and that is a really fine dish.
Using paper bark is a traditional way of cooking. By using this method, it brings out the earthy flavours of the fish you can see being cooked here by Joe. Finger limes make for good seasoning when used with fish. Place finger lime peels over the fish and season to taste. Once the fish is cooked, remove to plate and serve. The impact of the Black Summer fires on the Bega Valley and Eurobodalla communities has been substantial, with Aboriginal people being one of the most affected groups. Seeing country recover through the eyes of the Yuin people is the first project in the district to begin to learn and understand the impact that the 2019-2020 Black Summer fires had on Aboriginal people, their lands, and how we can walk together on the journey called recovery.